What's up, guys? All right, so been meaning to make a new video, but I'm gonna talk about my clients' progress here. This is a perfect example, especially for the ladies out there, on how your body changes when you start lifting weights, how the distribution, or I should say, your body recomposition, changes when you are adding muscle tissue, new muscle tissue, when you're burning fat and maintaining your muscle, and why on the scale, especially when you're just looking at the number on the scale, may not reflect what you actually see in the mirror. So, for example, like my client here, if you look on the picture on the right, that's the after picture, and the picture to your left, it's the before. And clearly you see differences. Stomach's more flat, posture's better, less fat around the face is less rounder. That's the first signs of losing fat. Everything looks a little bit more toned. Now, on the left, she started out at about 131, like 132 pounds. And then we lost the weight. We regained some weight. We lost the weight, regained some weight. So it wasn't always consistent just because of the way her schedule was and any other family events that were going on. But she still worked out. She came to see me twice a week. She trained with high intensity and lifted the heavy weights. Finally, when she was able to coast, meaning she got into a decent diet for herself that was sustainable and she's able to coast on it. We got to this point right here where we at. And so the picture on the right, she's about 133 pounds. All right. Again, 133 pounds. So picture on the right, it's 133 pounds. The before picture, it's 131 pounds. Now, how's that possible, right? She's heavier. Someone, you would go on the scale and be like, oh my God, I just gained an extra 2 pounds, and that would freak some people out. But once you put that side by side picture, did you really gain 2 pounds? You think that you didn't lose anything? All the work that you put in for the past 4 months, 5 months, 2 months, nothing happened. You can tell by these pictures that she lost body fat, she gained muscle tissue, and her body changed. Her body changed for the better. So now she's weighing in at 133 pounds right now, but still lean, still, good posture, strength is up, and that means she developed new muscle tissue, and now we're just looking to cut down a little bit again to reduce some body fat. That's what body recomposition means. The weight on the scale is not always going to reflect how you look. This is why it's so important for when you start your weight training journey to take before and after pictures, either weekly, monthly, or bi-weekly. It's very important to keep yourself motivated, especially for the women. I work with a lot of women as clients, and it can be very, very discouraging if they start to see that 1 month in, the scale hasn't budged, or 1 month in, all of a sudden they gain an extra pound or two, and that freaks them out. And it's understandably so. I mean, they're looking to tone up and lose some weight. And for some, that happens right away during the first month, depending on their diet. For some, it doesn't happen right away, even if they're doing a proper diet. And I always have them take their pictures before, when we start on day one, and then on the 30th day or week 4 or the beginning of week 5, and they compare the differences. And you'll be surprised every single time. They'll look at the scale, they'll feel a little discouraged because they only lost 1 pound, they only lost 2 pounds, they lost no pounds. But when I take their measurements for body fat, they do see a reduction in body fat. And then when they look at the pictures, that's what really motivates them, because then they look at it like, wow, yeah, my face, it's much more thinner. You know what? Someone did compliment me last time that I looked like I lost some weight. Oh, you know what? My shoulders are, they're more, my posture's a lot better. My stomach has reduced a little bit here, and little things like that they'll find in those pictures, and that's just 1 month. Um, and it happens with the right training system. A lot of my ladies, they do high intensity training. They only train one or twice a week, sometimes three for the ones that can recover a little bit faster. And our sessions last no more than 45 minutes, sometimes 30. And it's possible. It's possible to build muscle, lose body fat, and not see the scale budge. You know, that comes with the time. You know, for those that are in a fat loss journey, they do go into a more stricter diet, and they start to see the pounds come off, and then you start to see more muscle show. But don't get discouraged. And as you can see, again, with my client here, 133 pounds right now. We're looking to chop it down a little bit more, but compared to the 131 pounds from months ago, which one would you take, right? If I didn't tell you how much either side weighed, which one would you say would be a better look? You would say the right. And lo and behold, the right one is where she weighs more, 2 pounds over, than when she started with. So that's body recomposition for you guys. So ladies, hit the weights. You want to build muscle. You want to have strong longevity of a life. You got to weight train, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid when you see the scale not budge. Don't be afraid when the numbers don't move as quickly as you would like to, because you are weight training. Muscle takes time to build, especially if you're building muscle and burning fat at the same time. But I promise you, again, with the right training system, you will see results instantly within 4 weeks, 6 weeks time, and you can see you can compare your own pictures. And you'll see instantly in 4 6 weeks you were able to achieve a lot more by applying high intensity training into your regimen, and you will see a lot more changes than what the scale is actually telling you. So, all right, guys, look out for my next video. I have another example that I want to show you guys from another client. Same thing. This is this client of mine. Took a break, came back, and then on the beginning of November, we took her before picture, and then we just finished taking her measurements and her picture this past week on the 2nd of this past week. And again, you'll see the notable differences, especially on the back, so stay tuned.